We're back.
It's matching day.
Matching outfits.
Who's Mitch? Who's Ryan? What did you wear to the office today?
I went with the black hat, a creamish white shirt.
Yeah, familiar.
Some jeans and boots.
Yeah, familiar with that look.
When the temperature's 20 degrees and the wind's cranking, that's what you gotta wear. That
you gotta have your black hat on. You gotta have your gray cream long sleeve.
Yeah.
Your blue jeans and your boots.
This might be the same. I mean, this is like down to the.
It's pretty good.
To the heather.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's
I
pretty
got buttons.
good.
You're buttonless.
I'm Ryan. He's Mitch. Happy 2025. I feel like, for me personally, this is the last week I'm going, hope your 2025's off to a good start.
New Year, yeah. I'd say this is next week, maybe, and you start phasing it out.
I think hard deadline.
Okay.
After this weekend, we're in it.
There's a Larry David bit about
there
this.
Is.
There is.
That's what's kind of bringing it up.
Happy New Year.
It's a little late, frankly, for the Happy New Year's, you know?
It's this week, and then we're in the thick of things, right?
Yeah.
Then we got other things going on. So,
but the temperature, bringing us right back to Utica, New York.
That's right.
That's where we're going today in the film room. We are going to, we're going to have a little film session with the NJ Sixers Club on Friday night, but we thought we'd bring it to the public forum. We'll look at some things we did well. We'll look at some areas for improvement. There's maybe a few more of those than the good things, but you know what? One of the teams that we're going to look at won the championship, so they found ways to get it done, even despite their best efforts on some of the things we've been teaching month in, month out. But really proud of the way all 5 of our teams competed in Utica.
Like New Year's resolutions, right? This is a time for self-reflection. We're bringing a critical lens to our own teams here.
Yeah, absolutely. They did a lot of really good things. The hustle, the intensity, those are things that you can't really coach, and they brought those all weekend, regardless of record. And some of our teams performed really well on the record. Others, not as well, but you know what? We built and continue to grow, and that was our first really big travel tournament as a group.
Yeah. Let's dive into things here. Here we go. Where are we starting here, Mitchell?
Well, let's start with the good.
Okay.
All right, we'll look at the goal, and then after the goal, we're going to come back and we're going to look at what resulted in it, because there's a little bit of, hijinks to get to the goal. But here we go. We've got the ball. We get it low. We got Luca Immediato coming right down the pipe, and he sticks one off hip.
And good spacing there, right? Good spacing in terms of the one player picking up the loose ball, and then the other player getting to that right side, into his correct side.
Jack O'Brien is flaring out to the right side. He's not a lefty over here, but whoever that is, I think that might be Ty Thibodeau, is getting nice and low.
Creates a ton of space for Luca, who comes flying off the bench, presenting that target. So how did this play get set up here? Let's rewind in time here. So let's start defensively. So we're actually 5-on-4 here, right? We actually have it's 4-on-4.
4v4.
Excuse me.
So this was a game where
a lot of penalties.
Intensity was running high. Emotions are running high, I should say. A lot of people in the box. We've got a 4-on-4 here. Right away, let's just look right away. We've got a 2-man game here. I like the support inside. Would like to see a little bit more pressure. Miles Berkowitz playing nice, tough, physical on-ball defense. Great job by this player sealing this top side. Now our defender has to come and get on the top, be prepared to become that top man, or push him out of the way. We want to be physical on ball, and then we can pack it in off ball. I think off ball they're doing a nice job talking through this switch and communicating.
But just way too much space given there, allowing that pick to happen.
Yeah, this is where we want to just take maybe 3 steps up and force him back down into the picker. Luckily, they swing it over there. Same thing here. We got the defender who approaches. We want to keep him going that way. He's going the way we want. We've got help underneath. Maybe you can push that pick out of the way, or just be ready to switch. We do get the switch, and a nice physical cross check. Slides a little high. Good physical. I like how he stays aggressive on the ball. Forces that bad shot. Now right here.
Oh boy.
Let's go right back to drill number 14, the box out drill. Anytime we have a rebound, what are we teaching our guys?
Go after your opponent, right? Instead of going to the ball, especially on a short clock. You saw this shot was about 7 seconds left. Here you could see at 5. So just take out the man. Focus on where your opponent is first. Box him out. Don't go right for the ball, especially in a short clock. You pick that up, boom, check happens. It's another loose ball day. Pick it up, you got to reset. Dangerous area right here. So I would have much rather seen our guys, I think this is Miles, right, Berkowitz, like take out his opponent instead of going for the ball here.
Or I really think Ashton Palumbo down here, he can check down. Miles picks it up. This is almost a classic man ball. Now, in U.S. boxing rules, you can't play the man cleanly. You have to go for the ball. But you can still go for the ball and check down, like you said, that low shot clock.
Let this expire. Yeah, let this expire.
So 2 of us go for the ball. Everyone misses it except for the Lacrosse player. He takes a shot. Big save by Justin Gerlach. Nice save, but that's a reset now.
1 loose ball, 2 loose ball, 3 loose ball, 4 chances. 4 chances. Right? 4 chances. Got to come up with that.
And now, look at this shot. Not our players, but probably not what we're calling from the bench if we're on the offensive side, right?
We'll take this. We'll take this this quick. Now, and that maybe the player didn't hear the reset call would be my hunch.
Yep.
But that would be my assumption, is that he just never heard the reset call. Just given that kind of like quick attempt. I think that's the logical explanation. But make a save. Okay, so now we got our clearing pattern. On paper, it's freezing right here. This looks pretty good, right? You've got the 1-6ers player in the crease, getting the ball from the goalie. You've got his teammate upfield. Would like to see this guy closer to the boards, creating some separation from that opponent, and also just creating some space in terms of making the middle of the field more open. And then you've got 2 players getting to the door, getting to the bench, so we can get in our substitution pattern early. So this early action looks pretty good. Just now we're streaking upfield. If we were closer to the bench, right, or closer to the boards, away from the bench.
This guy, Clark, more to the middle, maybe pull him further back.
And instead of going, we pick up the ball in the crease, we shouldn't be running towards the bench, right? We should have been running away from the bench, away from all the substitution action, and in theory, where we have our teammate upfield as that easy, clean outlet. So here, you get towards the boards, away from the bench, and then you have the teammate upfield before the midline, closer to the boards, and now that's a clean outlet, or the middle of the field is much more open to then to just kind of run it out yourself.
Well, and that's where I think, I believe it's Miles, does a great job running through pressure here. If he runs the other way through pressure, you're going to bring both these, and then even if he gets in trouble, we have our offensive players, they do a nice job of hunting down the ball, or at least looking for it. You can see both of them check back to the ball. Yep. But because he went into this danger area, there's a lot going on, and he makes a tough pass, and we nearly throw it away. Great job hustling down. I think that might be Novak down there. And then we talked about this. Now we're back to the good.
Yeah, right.
Right, so maybe that wasn't tied to, but I think that was Connor Novak that ended up, he by leaking deep, he actually saved the day because he was able to get that loose ball. And nice patience there. And really, this all comes down
to O'Brien,
Jack O'Brien getting
cutting
low.
to the middle, right? Getting to the right side, just like we're supposed to do off that sub game. Cut the middle, you're either going to be open, then get to your side. You account for a defender, or you're in a position where if he slides, it helps. Now you can catch one for yourself, be an outlet, et cetera, et cetera.
And nice recognition by Luca here. He knows he has no one in front of him, but he knows he's got to beat the man coming off the bench. So he gets on his horse. He gets that burst of speed, and then once he's past his man, he knows he's 1-0. Wouldn't mind seeing him go even a little tighter, but you know what? A goal's a goal, and that's a nice berry.
Yeah. All right, here. Oh, first of all, real quick, I don't know if you caught this the first time you watched it.
Backdoor?
No, just the turf monster.
Oh, yeah. The blue turf. It gets your toes.
I was like, oh, maybe we cross-checked this guy.
That's the yellow line. The yellow line got him right to toes.
just reached up, grabbed his ankle.
Hey, we've all been there. We've all been there.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
No harm, no foul. He's a top guy, so okay. But while that's happening, we just get back cut right back here. Just an easy switch. And we just take our eyes off our man. Nice cut by 13 to get to the middle. Like, he's open there. We got to be ball side. We got to be physical in that interior. On ball, pretty good defense. Keeping him out of the middle. We've got the help looking to support down here.
Don't get beat underneath. Good cross check there. Not allowing that player to get that leverage there, right? Really forcing him back.
And then right here, I would like to see the pressure maintained. With the dive, you got to push that guy all the way around to his weak hand. If you just go back, you see he's looking for the dive right away. And great job by Bobby De Jesus to block that on that side. But really, there's no help there. And they're able to get that dunk. Now we get the ball up. Let's see how we do on the clear here. Great job getting the ball out of the crease. We go opposite of the box. We get help.
Could get farther upfield, right? Could get farther upfield, but that's fine. So be it, right? And then the sub game, right? You already see, rewind about a half second or so, right? We've already got Oliver St. John. This is clean in the sub game. You see 3 guys going off. And as soon as this happens, boom, Oliver St. John, lefty at the door, breaking up, immediately getting up the field. And then the second player, freeze it right here, you got Braden, right? He is already eyeing up that defender, right? He can see there's a little mini 3-on-2 here, right? So instead of waiting for the ball, I'm going to go and immediately get into this 2-man game. Immediately set this pick right here, bang, freeze it. Now, if Ollie St. John had kept going, right? He is supposed to cut through the crease and then roll out. He's slow. If he gets lower on this goal line extended action, as this player rotates up, there's an easy passing lane there. He's not there, but this beautiful pick by Braden in the transition game allows Miles hands-free. But I mean, you see that huge open area.
There still is a lane, right?
Yeah.
Ollie recognizes just a little too late and starts to get on the horse, but Miles can take that shot, or he can draw the goalie's attention and dump it down. If Ollie's there, it's a dunk. If even if he's not, he feathers it up. Yeah. Ollie goes and catches it and has a 1-on-0. But, oh man, what a shot right there.
Yeah.
Paints the pipe.
Hands-free, in range, let it fly. Ultra-aggressive play here by Miles, and just love the confidence that he's demonstrating. And all set up by that 2-man game, that pick by Braden in transition to allow him to get his hands free. Who then, after he sets this pick, he actually then rolls as well, just in case there's a situation where he can actually get a rebound, or Miles could have feathered one to him as well.
Yeah, just great all around, all the way from the clear up to the finish. Great job by our Sixers blue team there. All right, so we've got a 5-on-5 here. We're settled offense. This is our 9-10 team. This is the team. This is actually from the championship game. So this is a big goal here. We've got
breakdown defensively, right? You see the 2 players on the right side and then 3 defenders. So naturally, there's just a breakdown here. They didn't recognize what was the strong side. So quickly, let's swing the ball, try to exploit the 3-on-2 that's happening on the left side of the field.
So we get that over. You can see 1, 2, 3 defenders, 1, 2, 3 offensive players. So just out of our screen is one of our players, and I believe it's Owen Sanford. He's wide open, right? So now they're, like you said, defensively they're scrambling to try to find space. And then these 2, this player, he had to drop pretty far. Yep. Nice play by Delgado to drop down. He cuts hard, and by cutting hard, as they're trying to figure out who's getting across, now he's got someone chasing him. All right, so he zips down that backside pipe. He brings that defender low with him. The defender takes 1 quick second to look, and immediately that pass is coming across. And that's a nice finish.
Yeah, it's just.
You want to talk about the on-ball play?
Yeah, I think in terms of this action here, well, starting with the initial pick, it's a great job after setting that pick to immediately crash and then get into that backside pipe, right? If you don't have anything, getting to that backside pipe, creating some space, and giving yourself the shooting angle where if that skip occurs, it's in and out of your stick immediately. There's no cradle necessary. There's no top step necessary. You can just get that in and out. And what I love about Owen Sanford on ball is, right, there's no ball pressure, right? There's no ball pressure, so there's no rush for him, right? He doesn't need to be screaming towards the goal underneath or over the top. He has the ability, without any ball pressure, to kind of scan what's going on. If there's somebody open, great, he can throw it. If not, then he's got the opportunity to get into the 2-man game. But good patience by him with no ball pressure to identify, hey, I'm in a feeding position. I want to try to exploit anything off ball before going into my on ball.
And look, by drawing all that attention, the goalie has to hug that pipe. And that's why this cross crease pass is so effective. If you can draw the goalie, you can see the goalie's coming over and he realizes he's a lot of net to fill. And Delgado just buries that thing short side. That's a big cross crease goal there. Last one, just looking at a little
Last
teams.
one. You're not doing the slip pick by Owen?
Oh yeah, I'll get that.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like the best one. This one's just...
Yeah, this one's just pure speed. Just showing the speed of the 9-10 team.
This is just 2 athletes, right?
How about a tough ground ball here? Tough loose ball. Big save by Cactus Jack.
I think early shot here by the opponent, right? I mean, like, angle's okay. There's a ton of time left in shot clock. I don't know if you can...
Looks like it's about 21 seconds.
Yeah,
And it just reset.
Yeah,
Just hit him. But this is a good job. We got one player going for the ball. Yeah, I think that's Hunter Sicoli. And then Ryan De La Cruz, he does a nice job of, as soon as that ball's not picked up, he's checking down,
chopping wood here. And that's, once it's free here, then Gavin just goes after it, right? And once he picks it up, frees it right here. This is where you got 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 white jerseys, right? That equals transition. I mean, this is so hard with that long shift. If you're not in the right spot at the right time immediately, it's kind of game over, because now all Gavin has got to do is break one line of defense, right? If he can get by that one guy, he's home free. And then boom, once he does that, once he's even, now you've got a 2-on-1, you've got a lead pass. They tried to, there was a sub off, right? They had the 4 players low. They tried to sub off. Good identification by Luke to get into his right side, right? If you rewind that to the defensive end, he was probably on the other half of the field, right? Or maybe, I mean, you could see his kind of pathway.
Off the bench, I think, or he was just the 5th defender coming on.
Yes. So he recognizes, like, wait, I got to get to my side. I got to get to the right side. And then once he does that, just bears down the crease, right? Bears down, doesn't flare out, keeps that stick towards the inside, maximizes shooting angle, and just bears down so that way he can exploit kind of either near or far pipe. But that's a transition player making a transition play. All right, so this play, it's going to end up in a beautiful little 2-man game. You look at the shot clock to start. So as soon as Owen Sanford picks up this loose ball, you got to reset. So you freeze it right here. You know the whole bench is yelling, use it, use it. We got to reset, right? Do players listen? No, it's not. Coaches out there.
Did you say let it fly, Coach? No, I didn't.
No, I didn't. But I'm sure I said use it. So freeze it right here. Also, great job, Ryan Donahue, right? On this kind of heat check shot, let's say by Zeke, right? This heat check shot.
Till you get hot.
Right after a reset, right? You can see this little white helmet. He's getting back, right? Yeah. He's recognizing worst case scenario, I need to prevent any sort of transition. Right, so I'm not going to get in there and get the ball. This is already a scrum that's established. Joining that party is not going to benefit my team. Getting back in transition, worst case scenario, they get it. Now I can be that back on defense. If we do get it, then fine. Now I can get back in the offensive play. Does he get rewarded for that decision? No, look, Zeke takes a look at him. Zeke takes a look at him and goes, nah, let's just go back to the left.
How about this effort from Zeke to get this one back? 1-on-2, he realizes maybe shouldn't have shot that. He's like, I got to earn this. Little single hand swat of the other guy's stick. Little crafty play there. Gets the one hand, bats it down with the other hand, comes away with it, and then immediately, because he had 2 on him, now he's got a little bit of transition. They're trying to get rematched up. Gets it over to left, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and this is where freeze it right here. This is a ideal slip scenario, right? You've got the on-ball defender. Right, he sees this pick coming. The off-ball defender just way too much space. Way too much space given here, such that when you slip and switch this, now the original on-ball defender, he's too far away. He's just chasing, and there's no ball pressure, right? Because of that original 2-man game, the guy that was on the picker, he doesn't apply ball pressure so you can get your hands free. The original on-ball defender, he's so far away, he's just chasing. So this is tailor-made for a slip.
And great recognition for Owen there to see, okay, I've got this guy. I don't need to pick him, right? I'm already ahead of him. Just turn and go.
Just turn and go, right? Turn and go. So there you see the little slip, open up the hips, lead pass. The only option really from a slide is this bottom right guy kind of coming across. This is where, if Colin could have been lower on that crease, like that clip we saw earlier, so that if his man did slide up, there'll be an easy one more. But otherwise, the spacing, obviously a little bit of a scramble mode, so defensively tough, but just late in terms of recovery and any sort of help on that 2-man. That's what allows Owen Sanford to get his hands free and bury that.
And one thing we talked about offline is Zeke here. When Zeke gets this ball back, typically once you swing it, you want to crash down low. But by staying high and occupying 16, and also because this happens so quick, 16 isn't able to help down.
Even get down.
With that said, 16 should be below this yellow line, right? Once that ball is already won and low, you want to be below the ball. You can see if you draw that straight line, he wants to be below the ball, maybe on this yellow line, Because if he's down there, right, Zeke's not going to score out there, although he might shoot from out there. This guy needs to help in here, and then he can be ready to at least buy some time for his other defender to recover and get back in, and then he's able to bounce out to Zeke, but he's just high enough and trailing, and by then it's too late.
Hey, but that's a tough ask on a multiple shot possession, right?
For sure.
I mean, there was probably a shot before this clip even occurred, which was the original reset. Then the second shot, which was a reset.
Right.
So that's where that's why we say use it, right? Is because defending multiple shots and multiple 30 seconds, just at a certain point, it becomes a war of attrition for you defensively. Like you just don't have the stamina. And then that's where I think, you just, when you get tired, that's when you lack discipline. That's when you make mistakes. And that's what ends up happening is you don't get in and don't help there and you pay the price.
Well, and I think what's so cool about watching these is like we've been coaching some of these guys for 5 years, some of them this is their first year playing box. And you can see there's just flashes of box IQ that all come together and it creates really easy goals. And then there's times where you're like, oh, what are we doing? But it's a process, right? It's a learning process. And these guys are starting to figure it out. And that's what's so cool. And I think this ninth grade team figured it out more often than they did not at the tournament, had a lot of success. Some of our newer teams are still learning that. And we've got a whole nother month to continue to get them ready.